In March 2024, the Russian frigate Marshal Shaposhnikov docked at Eritrea's port of Massawa, a bold signal of Moscow's ambitions in the Red Sea. This was no routine visit. It marked Russia's intent to reassert itself in a region long dominated by the US and China. The move followed months of diplomatic groundwork, including high-level visits and talks about Russian access to Eritrean ports. Eritrea, isolated internationally, gains a powerful ally. Russia, a strategic foothold near the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, a choke point for global trade. Russia is also deepening ties with Ethiopia, helping rebuild its navy and expanding its influence across the Horn of Africa. By engaging both Eritrea and Ethiopia, Moscow embeds itself in the region's complex web of alliances and rivalries. The arrival of the Marshal Shaposhnikov is more than symbolism. It's a clear message. Russia is back in the Red Sea, and the balance of power is shifting. The world is watching as a new player enters this critical maritime arena. The Red Sea is a lifeline for global trade. 15% of all goods and 10% of the world's seaborne oil pass through its waters. Disruptions here, like the recent Houthi attacks, send shockwaves through supply chains and energy markets worldwide. The Bab el-Mandeb Strait is a strategic choke point. Any instability can reroute ships thousands of miles, raising costs and delivery times. That's why global powers, US, China, France, Japan, have military bases nearby, especially in Djibouti. The region's instability, from Yemen's war to Sudan's chaos, spills into the sea, fueling piracy and attacks on shipping. The Red Sea isn't just about economics. It's a front line for global security. As new players like Russia arrive, the competition for influence intensifies, making the region even more unpredictable. The world's prosperity and security are tied to what happens here. Russia's quest for a Red Sea base began with Sudan, where a 2020 deal for a naval facility in Port Sudan fell apart amid civil war. With Sudan in chaos, Moscow turned to Eritrea, whose ports of Massawa and Assab offer direct access to the world's busiest shipping lanes. Eritrea, diplomatically isolated, welcomes Russian support for security and investment. For Russia, a base near the Bab el-Mandeb would mean unprecedented leverage over global trade routes. The partnership is mutually beneficial. Eritrea gains a powerful backer. Russia secures a strategic outpost. The recent Russian naval visit to Massawa signals that Moscow's ambitions in the Red Sea are very much alive. The region's balance of power is being redrawn, one port at a time. The Red Sea is now a chessboard for global powers. The US has long dominated, with Camp Lemonnier in Djibouti as its African stronghold, leading anti-piracy and security operations. China's first overseas base, also in Djibouti, supports its Belt and Road ambitions and naval deployments. Now Russia's entry via Eritrea creates a tense triangle of military power at the crossroads of Africa, the Middle East, and global trade. Each power offers different deals: US security, Chinese infrastructure, Russian military support with fewer strings. Regional states are leveraging this rivalry for their own gain, but the risks are rising. Multiple foreign militaries in a volatile region increase the chance of miscalculation and confrontation. The Red Sea is no longer just a trade route. It's a front line in a new era of great power competition. The next moves will shape the region's and the world's future. The Horn of Africa is entering a new era as Russia, China, and the US compete for influence in the Red Sea. Russia's partnerships with Eritrea and Ethiopia are reshaping alliances and challenging the old order. The stakes are high. 15% of global trade depends on stability here. More foreign navies could mean more security, or more friction and risk of escalation. Local powers like Ethiopia and Eritrea are seizing the moment, but they risk becoming pawns in a global game. The days of uncontested American dominance are over. The Red Sea's future will be defined by a delicate, shifting balance. The world must adapt to a new reality, where trade, security, and great power rivalry are inseparable. The tides are shifting, and the consequences will be felt far beyond these shores.